Hello, it is Monday, May the 1st, 2023. I just wanted to hop on and say hello. First of all, I would like to mention that, every time I put one of these videos out, it seems like I get about 12 views, and I just wanted to offer my appreciation to anyone who is deciding to listen to what I have to say and who cares. And please don't be shy to leave a comment. Identify yourself. Uh, let's see here. So that laugh was, by the way, something. I thought about someone who left a comment previously, and then I thought about another situation, and I was laughing about a potential thing that I can't really talk about right now. I find actually that there's a lot that one really can't talk about without putting oneself at some kind of risk these days. So that's tough. I hope a day comes when people can openly talk about the things that they can't talk about now because we just live in a better, kinder world than what we currently live in. It's my objective to transform this world into a kinder world. And my belief is that economic freedom is a necessary step in doing that. I think there are other issues, and those issues are preventing us from getting that economic freedom. Primarily, I don't feel like most people on this planet are good listeners. I don't feel like most people approach discourse and dialogue with the intention to understand, and doing so, as far as I'm concerned, is a primary foundation of kindness. It's cruel to dismiss and silence people. So, I've listened, man, and I've taken what I've heard into account in the conclusions that I've come up with. And it's tough because there seems to be a limit on the impact that I'm able to have despite having done that. Life isn't fun for the most part, for me at the current time. The best times of day or the evening when I can kind of be out here, and usually I do some walking just in the yard here, kick the soccer ball around, and have a chance to just keep my own company. So I enjoy that. I enjoy the time my kids come out here. We play tag or whatever. We do improv games that I learned when I was going to the improv classes. Sometimes I think maybe I should go back and visit them. It's been a while, but just my schedule is just really made me have to pick and choose how I'm going to spend my time. And now I'm working again, so that's taken up a good amount of my time. And yeah, I'm really trying to put myself in the best financial position I can, because I think that's really important. Um, I don't know, man. The Suns lost tonight. They're down 2-0. I'm a big Suns fan, but I don't ever really let a loss or a series of losses or even elimination from the playoffs get me down too much, because for me it's primarily a form of entertainment, and I pick my team, and sometimes they win and sometimes they don't, and I guess once they're done playing, my focus tends to move on to other things. I got a group of men I used to visit with on a weekly basis on Thursday nights years ago. I haven't been there in probably a few years, but I'm thinking about visiting them on Thursday. I think that could be really nice. You know, I also want to say on this, this is kind of just a rambling whatever's on my mind. I find that a lot of people in this world are very cruel, and sometimes I don't really know if someone's trying to be cruel to hurt someone, or if someone's just being cruel because they think it's going to kind of give them some kind of positive attention or feedback from other people. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, because it's cruel either way. And it's really off putting, it's really nasty to be around. And I used to, I think, be more, pull people out more on it. But I guess there just comes a point where that's just how they're going to be. And nothing I say is really going to have much of an impact. But having said that, I also wanted to say that not everyone is like that. And I mean, I think about the casino in particular. There are a number of people at the casino that I really feel like I do get along with, who genuinely seem like kind people who don't seem to go out of their way to try to cause other people misery. Uh, and I really appreciate that. And I really wanted to say that I do appreciate those people. You know, there are people in this world I care about, and, yeah, there's my kids, but I think I can recognize that there's other good people too, and people who I don't want to see suffer and who I want to see succeed. And we're all having to put up with it, man. We're all having to put up with the shittiness and the cruelty. I'm hoping that we can, well, I'll tell you one thing about freedom, is people are going to be rewarded financially for acting right, whether that's, well, d- mostly through fulfilling the demands that are around them. And there are great demands for kindness in this world, even if people have, even if the incentives are fucked up, even if people aren't rewarded in this current world for being kind, that doesn't mean there's not an underlying demand for kindness. And, when we have government out of the way, when people are free to hire, fire, um, just start businesses, compete without all the fucked up incentives that government puts in the way, well, people are going to want to act right because people aren't going to want to deal with shitty people. At this time, there's a lot of services that government provides, as one example. And if there was an alternative provider that was less shitty, well, people would probably choose that. So it's not everything, but it's a big thing. Uh, yeah, I don't know how long this economy, this fucking fake credit based economy is gonna last. And I'm not so interested anymore in following the day to day economic news and the Fed speeches and the inflation numbers and all the things that might trigger this kind of final collapse. And it's kind of tough to operate in a world where you don't know the time horizon. But at the same time, what we do know is that you want to be the one holding gold when the shit hits the fan. So we know what we can work towards, even if we don't know the exact amount of time that we'll have to work towards it. And that's why at this time, that's such a focus for me. And things like my improv class and entertaining myself are less of a focus. I have allowed myself watching basketball, and I've always kind of been a Suns fan, and they kind of have an exciting team right now, even though they're down 0-2. A lot of the time when I'm home with the kids, there's a game on, so it kind of gives me something to do. I I'm not going to spend all the time playing with them or whatever. Uh, we all have, I think, some introverted tendencies and like to keep our own company. When I first get home from work, for example, I kind of like to just decompress for a little bit before we go outside and run around. There's a lot to this universe, man. Uh, I'm very ignorant of the workings of this universe and the higher powers that exist in this universe. Yeah, I've had various experiences in my life that have I don't know, man. At one time in my life, I really believed in true love. I really believed that there was this person who would just be everything. But then I met other people and I thought, there's more to it than that. But, a couple years ago, maybe it was last year, I had this brief moment where this one person just really captured my attention. Uh, and it kind of got destroyed when I started to question just some physical things about this person. But it kind of reminded me of the feeling of this person that I just wanted to be with. Where I just stopped really thinking about anyone else. So who knows, man? I think I might have discovered some things that I wasn't supposed to discover while being on this kind of timeline that I'm on. And that may have thrown some things for a loop. I try to be honest with people because I uh, I have an experience. I've had experiences that just don't seem to get expressed very often, and I guess people, when I express these experiences, they assume that there's something wrong with me, but I'm just keeping it real. So I don't think fundamentally there's anything particularly wrong with my brain, and I don't think fundamentally there's anything lacking as far as courage or kindness with me. Yeah, this world puts people in shitty fucking situations, man. If there was a way to make money doing something that I enjoyed, I would do that. But I'm yet to find such a way. So I just do the best I can with the options that are available to me. I like it when things get real. I think that's why I liked improv, is because it kind of gives you a chance to be real in a way without it being you. It's just a character. But you can express certain things that are real, and it can be comical instead of weird or uncomfortable or creepy or whatever else people want to call it when someone is authentic outside of that environment. Things are going to get very real in this world when this economy collapses. And I feel like that's an environment that will be better for me to navigate than what I'm currently navigating. So, I know I like to ramble, and I'm often not specific with the things I talk about. I try to say things that aren't forced, that come from the heart, even if it's a little slow. So again, if anyone's watching this, I really appreciate that. So got through Monday, 4 more days of work this week, and then I got the weekend with the kids, then another week of work, and many more after that, man. Or, the economy will just collapse tomorrow, and then God will have something else in store, man. There's a better place than where we're at, man. I can fucking promise you that there's a better way to do business than what we've been doing here. I reached my hand into fucking heaven, man. That's fucking crazy. I did that. I reached into a really, really high fucking place when I told her what I told her, man. Which is what I wanted. That was the kindest thing that I ever did, man. God, dude. You're fooling people, man. You're making them believe things that aren't true. You're hurting people. I'm not just talking to one person here. I'm talking to a lot of people, man. People gotta get real, man. It ain't up to me to fucking be real. It ain't up to me to show you courage. I've already done that. You can read my fucking blog. You can consider and contemplate the things that I've done in my fucking life, if that's the concern you have, my friend. That's never been what it's been about, man. It's never been my lack of courage that's been the issue. I know I'm right about economics, man. You know, I might be wrong about a lot of things, but I ain't wrong about that, man. Yeah, the Austrian school is the people who get it, man. You know, some of them haven't gotten it the whole way, some of them haven't considered everything. But that's where the answers are, man. It's crazy, dude. It's like no matter how much, no matter how many things I point out that evidence the irrationality of their beliefs, they still aren't listening. They're still reaching. They're still trying to paint me as the villain. They're doing whatever they have to do to adhere to what they believe religiously. And that belief won't change until it comes up against reality, man. We're gonna see society just fucking crumble, man. Even then, man, fuck. See, that's the problem, right? It's like I'm too many things, man. All we can do is stay the course, make the most out of the options that are available to us, man. Yeah, I hear some people getting pretty desperate. Is what it is, man. So, anyway, that's probably long enough. I hope you enjoyed the rambling. Be sure to share this with all your friends, man.